Hello YouTube, it's Dysphonic here and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please make sure to hit that subscribe button for more videos around music production. Also, if you enjoy the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, let me know you're watching. In today's video, I'll be sharing tips with you guys on how to get more listeners, get more streams, and also how to grow your fan base, especially if you're an independent producer. The reason I decided to do this is because I've been sharing a lot of content with you guys on how to produce good music, but I haven't really touched a lot on how to get that good music out there to the people, how to get more fans, listeners, and streams. So today we'll be talking about that. Please make sure to watch till the end. Now let's start with the very first tip, which is also important. Make sure that your music sounds great all the time. Make sure you release consistently good quality music. The last thing you want to do as an upcoming music producer is to release something that sounds mediocre. Unlike the big artists who've made it out there, you as an upcoming producer do not afford to release mediocre or boring music, because you will then stand a chance of losing a lot of fans who are getting interested in your music. So moving on to tip number 2, what happens after you've produced the good quality music, as I've advised on tip number 1. Producing good quality music does not guarantee you that people are gonna listen to it. It only guarantees you that from the people who are gonna listen to it, most of them are gonna find it enjoyable. So your only job will then be to make sure to figure out a way to push the music in order for it to reach a lot of listeners. So how would you go about that? Something that I've also been doing for a lot of my releases, and it has been working, is making use of Facebook and Instagram to boost your post in order for you to reach a lot of audience. You can do that on Facebook, and then from Facebook you can also do it also on Instagram. So what I do is that I make a post update on my Facebook. I attach a 30-second or 1-minute video of my favorite song on the EP or album, and then on the description I attach the link of the EP so that people can go listen to it if they're interested, and then I boost the post so that it reaches more audience. So on Facebook, the key or the trick will be then to narrow your audience or make it more specific, because Facebook will generally promote it to everyone or to a general audience, but then you as an artist, you need to know your statistics. You need to know your target audience. So for example, for me, I know that a lot of people who listen to Deep House are males, so I will then narrow my audience to male. I'll make it specific that I'm marketing it to males, and then I know that most of them are usually of the age between 18 and 35. So other demographics like location, most of them are from South Africa and also other countries. So these are statistics that you can also find on Spotify. You can find these statistics on YouTube if you have a YouTube channel where you promote your music. You can also find this statistics on Apple Music. So these are statistics that can help you to better narrow your audience so that you can achieve a high success rate after boosting or promoting these ads on Facebook and Instagram. So moving on to tip number 3, make sure to pitch your song to Spotify curators. You stand a high chance of getting a lot of listeners if your song gets picked. So how to do this, I'm gonna attach a link under the description. You can go read on that, on how to pitch your song correctly. But then what happens is that you are basically selling your song as an idea for it to get picked to be placed on a big playlist that has a lot of listeners. All right, so you have to submit a song to Spotify curators, write a mini description of the song, specify the genre, specify the country, specify the instruments on the song and all of that. And then if that gets successful, your song will then be placed on a big playlist and you'll then get a lot of listeners. So for you to be able to do this, at least have enough time before your song is released. Have that window between the date you submit your song and the date that your song will be released. So if you're planning to release your song, let's say for example on the 21st of August, so that is 3 weeks from the 1st of August. So it is better to submit your song to digital stores on the 1st of August. That is 3 weeks, at least 3 or more weeks before the release date. And then a few days after you submit your song to digital stores, you'll then get an email from Spotify saying that your release is ready. You can then pitch your song to Spotify curators. Now moving on to tip number 4, which is the last tip. Very important as well. You need to treat your music as a business, right? I've also shared this on my Facebook. The post that I shared is talent can only take you so far. Talent only can take you so far, but then you need more than just talent to go beyond where talent only can take you. You need to treat your music as a business. You need to be professional with the way in how you communicate with maybe sponsors, fans, supporters. There are a lot of things that I can add onto this subject, but then to summarize it, you need to treat your music as a business. You need to figure out a way to create value for your customers. In this case, your customers are your fans, your music listeners, and you also need to find a way to capture value from them. So creating value means you producing quality music. You know, you need to produce quality music, but then after producing quality music, it does not guarantee you that if you release a good song and it gets 10,000 listeners, it is not a guarantee that your next song will also get 10,000 listeners. You need to find a way to retain or keep those listeners around your circle, within your reach, so that you stand a high chance of getting them to listen to your next release. So find a way to keep your listeners, make them follow you on Facebook so that they receive your status updates, make them follow your channel on YouTube. Fans sometimes want to get close to you and build more of a personal relationship with you. If you're not really keen with that, at least draw them a bit closer to you, but then not within your personal circle or, you know, your friendship circle, but then draw them a bit closer to you because you want to keep them. You want to make sure that whenever you release music, they go listen to it because they are close to you as possible. So find a way to keep your listeners, treat your music as a business, create value for them, and also capture value from them. You know, there's a lot I can add under this subject, but because of time, I don't want to make this video long. So if you feel like I've left something very important as a tip in order to get more listeners, throw that under the comments. Otherwise, that's it from me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed and liked the video. If you did, leave a like, leave a comment, let me know you're watching. It helps the channel grow. Catch you on my next video. Cheers.